and gentlemen, people from across the nation and beyond, welcome to the main event. Here to suplex you into the world of wrestling and bring you the latest news and updates. It's your hosts, Mike and Nick. This is That Wrestling Podcast.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome to another edition of That Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, along with my co-host, Nick. How's it going, Nick?
It's going great, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good. No complaints. No complaints. So we are just hours, well, a little more than hours, days, weeks away from WrestleMania 32.
Technically, there are hours.
Yes.
There's just a lot of them.
A lot of hours. But we're kind of winding down to WrestleMania. A couple,
Indeed.
One more Raw to go.
It is currently March 22nd, so we are like a week and
just under 2 weeks.
6 days away.
Yeah. So one more Raw to go before WrestleMania.
Yeah, one more Raw to go.
What'd you think of this week's Raw?
I thought last week's was better, but there was still some good stuff on this week's episode. A couple of good matches. So that's always good when we get good match quality.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty upset with this week's Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get in a little more detail about that once we get to that. But yeah, I was not happy. To me, and again, I'll get into a little more detail. But it was just, in my opinion, it was a flop.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like that's been the trend with Raws leading up to this WrestleMania. But like I said in the past, I'm hoping match card on paper doesn't mean anything. We'll get good match quality, but we'll see.
Let's hope. Let's stay optimistic. We don't want to be.
I'm always optimistic.
We don't want to be negative Nancy's.
Exactly.
All right, so let's go through Raw real quick. Talk about the highs and the lows. We started off with Roman Reigns and Stephanie McMahon in the ring. She comes out, basically, talks about Triple H going to beat Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns comes out. Well, Stephanie says that Triple H isn't there. Roman Reigns comes out, basically says that he is the authority. But one thing I noticed about this was the reaction from the fans when Roman Reigns came out. Did you notice that?
Yeah, well, it's been the reaction, unfortunately, for the last 3 weeks. It wasn't good. It wasn't good getting booed out of the arena. And in a way, it seemed like they were messing with the audio, almost to try and block out some of the boos.
I just don't get it. Right, this is supposed to be your guy, right? Like, top guy in the main event at WrestleMania, or one of them, for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep. And
you're pushing him down everybody's throat as a face. Nobody likes him, or very little people like him.
Very few. Even the kids. Normally, like with John Cena, there's usually competition because the kids are screaming for him. But even the kids aren't like trying to outpower the adults. Like the adults are just like, screw you, bro.
Right. And the whole promo sucked, in my opinion.
Yeah, I missed the promo. I was on my way to my buddy's house to watch Raw, and I'm glad I missed it. From what I read about it, it didn't sound very interesting at all.
It was pointless. Basically, the main reason of that promo, I think, was just to let us know Triple H is not here, right?
Basically, from what it seemed like.
Stephanie comes out, she says whatever she says. Roman comes out, says whatever he says. Again, he's not impressive on the microphone. You could tell he's trying. He's just not very impressive. I think they need to put Paul Heyman with him and make him a heel. I think he'll be way over that way, but that's just my 2 cents. Stupid promo, and it's not, to me, it doesn't feel like this is main event quality. One thing I've noticed about previous WrestleManias, and I'm not getting it with this one, even with the Hell in a Cell match, is I don't have that big match feel. No. You know what I mean? Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, I had that big match feel. I actually look forward to it, and I know a lot of people weren't because of Roman Reigns. I look forward to that match because of, you got Brock Lesnar, who's a beast. You got Roman Reigns, that's a monster. And then obviously in the end we had Seth Rollins as well.
Now you're talking about just that match doesn't have big match feel, or none of the matches?
To be honest with you, I don't think any of them do.
I think your closest bet, and I shouldn't even say closest bet because it is the one they spent the most time with, is going to be Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose.
Right.
I think that's the match that feels the biggest. I think Brock Lesnar, everyone expects him to just destroy Dean Ambrose, and people seem to forget this is Dean Ambrose's match. So,
Right.
I mean, he didn't ask for a street fight for nothing.
Well, yeah, and that match is definitely bigger.
Yeah.
And it's got a better feel, a main event feel, than the actual WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And that's where the disappointment is. Mm-hmm. This Triple H Roman Reigns match should be like, I cannot miss this match. And right now, I'm not getting that.
Yeah, back when I assumed this was what the main event for WrestleMania was going to be a few months ago, I was cool with it. But now that I've seen what they've been doing with it, I'm not cool with it anymore.
So, fast forward to later on in the night, we find out that Stephanie calls Triple H.
Yeah.
She's uncomfortable.
She wants to go.
She wants to leave. So she calls Triple H to come pick her up.
Indeed.
Right away, we know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to be that easy.
Not going to be that easy. Not one bit.
So, after commercial, whatever may happen, the car backs up, SUV backs up, Stephanie comes out.
Yep.
Gets in, or Triple H gets out. We all see Triple H is there. Actually, he did show up eventually. They get in the car. They're about to leave. The gate opens up, and there's Roman Reigns.
Of course.
At the end of the driveway.
He be there?
We all knew he was going to show up. And to be honest with you, I thought the whole situation was extremely cheesy.
Well, I mean, here's my thing. Okay, so if Triple H just got there to pick her up, one, why did they close that garage door again if he was leaving right away? Two, Roman Reigns is standing there. Okay? Standing there and just waiting. And then he starts to walk to the SUV. You're going to tell me that Triple H didn't see him coming?
Run his ass over.
Yeah, run him over.
You're in an SUV.
If anything, you blew right by him. He would have never got to that door. He took his time.
Especially when he walks up to the side of the car.
Yeah,
there was absolutely nothing stopping them from taking off.
Just speed off. What? Why?
So I get what they were doing with the scene. They obviously had to try to build the match at WrestleMania, but they did it wrong. Triple H could have got out of the car, give Stephanie the hug, whatever he did. She gets in. As he's going in,
that's when he pops up out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, exactly. Then he attacks him. That's how
it should have been.
Right. They try to make him look like this badass at the end of the drive. It was
just
stupid.
Standing there. God, I wish they would have run him over.
Yeah. Anyways, the whole scene was horrible. They get into a scuffle. Roman Reigns, I did just say scuffle, by the way. Roman Reigns attacks Triple H. Triple H, in my opinion, looked really bad in this segment. He looked bad last week. He looked bad this week. It's just, it's not looking good for the match overall, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it.
Here's my thing. Wrestling booking, usually the person who's getting his ass kicked leading into a pay-per-view is the one who wins. And on paper, it sure as hell looks like Triple H is retaining this title.
They should. I think, you know what? I mean, we're going to just, real quick, just a cheap pot. We're going to do a special WrestleMania edition here this weekend.
This weekend, yeah.
We're going to go through
WrestleMania, everything WrestleMania.
Everything WrestleMania. We're going to give our predictions, the whole shebang. So we'll get into way more detail there on that kind of stuff. But I agree with you.
But just the way it looks right now, like on paper, that's how I feel what they're going with this, and it just none of it makes sense.
It does not make sense.
But
and it's kind of tanking a little bit.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah,
I'd be cool with it.
So and that was it. That was it for Roman Reigns, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H. Your main event at WrestleMania, 2 weeks out, not even. This is what we got.
Your title program got 2 small segments on Raw.
A shitty opening segment and a crap-ass backstage segment.
Interesting.
Very cheesy. Back in the Attitude Era days, Roman Reigns, you know what? Triple H, Stephanie gets in the SUV. He gets on top of the SUV with a bat, starts beating the shit.
Yeah.
Something. Give us something. He smashes the shit out of the car. Nothing. It was just this cheesy superhero bullshit intro. Anyways, I'm done talking about it. I'm upset. So, we also had the...
After that, it was opening match, AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens.
AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. This match was awesome.
Pay-per-view quality match.
It was like a 30-minute match.
It was decent. I got to my buddy's house in the middle of that, and it was right after I think Owens did the frog splash off the apron.
Dude, that was epic.
Yeah,
off the top rope.
I think they called it the hog splash.
Yeah,
which is kind of messed up, but I thought that was pretty funny. Exactly.
A little delayed, but yeah. The hog splash, that's pretty good. Yeah, I thought that was awesome. I thought he did really good. The whole match was great. AJ Styles, he's phenomenal. Kevin Owens, dude, I love Kevin Owens. these guys put on an awesome match, and that definitely saved the opening of Raw.
AJ Styles.
Y2 Jackass.
AJ Styles. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting really annoying.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny, especially because Jericho can never. If he's wearing a shirt, he doesn't have a jacket. If he's wearing a jacket, he doesn't have a shirt.
Dude,
he always has a scarf though.
What? What's going on with his chest? Have you noticed that?
I don't know. He's got like that 45-year-old dad bod.
No, the dad bod.
Yeah.
But have you noticed that Kofi Kingston has like the same gap?
Like the divot or whatever the hell it is.
The crater?
The crater in the middle. I don't know.
The chest crater?
Maybe it's all the DDP yoga he does. Maybe it's just forming in the shape of a diamond.
Yeah.
So he's always throwing up the diamond cutter. I don't know.
Dude, I don't get it. I notice that every single time he's out in the ring, especially when he flexes, it's got this weird gap. Kofi Kingston has the same thing. It's weird. I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to make fun of them or anything like that. It's weird. It's weird. So anyways, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, awesome match.
Yep.
But it's not the last time we see Chris Jericho.
No, it's not the
last time we see AJ Styles.
Yeah, well, and then Kevin Owens ended up going over when Jericho came out and interrupted the match.
Right. So, wait, what?
Yeah, when Jericho came out and he was calling out AJ Styles, that's how Styles lost the match.
Yes, you're right.
He was about to hit the phenomenal forearm.
Right.
And then he comes out. I don't understand why AJ Styles stopped what he's doing. Just finish him off.
Yeah.
I never understood why the good guys just don't. What?
Yeah.
This guy's coming out?
Right. No, yeah, exactly. Sorry, I lost you for a second there. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, yes. Chris Jericho comes out, chants AJ Styles. A chant cost him the match.
Yeah, not the first time. I'm pretty sure that's how he lost on SmackDown to Kevin
exact
Owens.
same thing. Yeah, exactly. So later on in that night, we have Chris Jericho versus Fandango. What the fuck?
I didn't know he was still employed.
Yeah.
And I also, like Jericho said when he's like, I never lost to Fandango at WrestleMania. I'm like, yeah, you're right, you didn't. And then somebody told me, yeah, he did. And I'm like, I don't remember Fandango winning.
Yeah, Fandango won at WrestleMania.
Don't remember that.
But nobody even cares about Fandango anymore. But
No.
he was on Raw.
Yeah,
surprisingly.
he
I mean,
was-
this is how desperate they are.
There he is.
Digging into their talent
in all
pool.
his glory. He told us about movie times, and that was that.
So, Chris Jericho versus Fandango. Of course, AJ Styles comes out to try to cost, to cost Chris Jericho the match.
In the same way.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Y2 Jackass.
He gets, it was a funny chant. Y2 Jackass was funny to me. But then he got rolled up by Fandango, kicked out, and then he hit a code breaker for the quick 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Let me just point this one thing out, though, about this match. This was their WrestleMania Rewind match, okay? Previous years, you had stuff like Jericho versus Triple H, WrestleMania Rewind. Cena versus Triple H. This year, we had to go with Fandango versus Chris Jericho because there was everybody else who's fought each other at WrestleMania is hurt.
Yeah.
You'd go and get like, John Cena versus Randy Orton or anything. Nothing.
Nope.
Fandango.
That's how pathetic it is right now. All right. So that led to AJ Styles challenging Chris Jericho.
Yeah, right after Jericho's match,
Right.
he issued the challenge for WrestleMania because he says there's one place I haven't fought at yet, and he pointed at the WrestleMania sign. And then Jericho walked off. Right, he didn't say anything back.
No.
He just kept complaining.
I think we're waiting for the official. Obviously, the match is going to happen.
One of the funniest things though was last night when Jericho was talking in the aisleway. He turned to somebody to his right. He goes, "Hey, get off your phone!" And I thought that was get off your phone, you idiot. That reminds me of the time. Hey, Jericho, go back to what was it? Go back to Toronto.
Yeah,
I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
Chris Jericho's the best.
He is. He is awesome. So yes, we are still waiting for the confirmation. It's probably going to come on SmackDown.
I watched on YouTube late last night. They did the Raw, whatever the hell they call it, Fallout, and they spoke to Jericho, and Jericho said no. He goes, "You'll never have a match." He goes, "I'd rather sit in the audience and watch with the peons WrestleMania than have a match against you at WrestleMania."
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. There's nothing left. there's nothing left else for them to do. They're going to fight.
But what's disappointing is they've already had this match.
3 times.
3 times.
And if anything, Jericho should be the one who wants the next match because he lost the series.
Right.
2-1, he lost.
They've got this whole thing backwards.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, basically.
So that's probably going to end up on the card. Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles, number 4.
Yeah, it has to.
All right. So, Dolph Ziggler. Let's talk about Dolph Ziggler.
Good old Dolph Ziggler.
So he comes out.
Ziggler comes out after the first match. Kevin Owens cutting the promo about how nobody has a match against Kevin Owens at KO Mania.
Yeah, this is after his match with AJ Styles.
Correct.
So he cuts the promo that nobody's getting a shot for his belt yet.
Right, he doesn't even have a match. Out comes Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler's like, I deserve a shot.
One thing he mentioned on that, he was listing all the manias, Beatlemania, KO Mania.
Oh, Botchamania. I popped.
Yeah.
I popped huge for that.
I was like, oh,
I thought that was great. I was like, Botchamania.
That's awesome.
That was good. I forgot about that.
So he comes out, basically says he deserves a shot. Then we get The Miz.
The Miz came out.
Then we get Sami Zayn. So obviously, this is looking like a triple threat match about to happen.
So then Kevin Owens says, none of you deserve a shot, but how about I try and get a triple threat lined up for later in the show, and then we'll figure out who's going to fight me for the title.
And of course,
so I was like, okay, cool.
Miz versus Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler.
I was like, all right, cool. So then Kevin Owens goes to the back, talks to Stephanie, and he's like, hey, I want to make this, I don't want to waste too much of your time, but I want to make this match. Triple threat match for WrestleMania. The winner goes on to fight me for the title. She's like, cool.
Go for it.
Go book your triple threat. That's what she said. She booked the triple threat.
So he comes out later on in the night.
Yep.
He's going to book his triple threat match. Of course, we're all assuming Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz. Instead, we get
Stardust, Sin Cara, and Zack Ryder. Woo, woo, woo. You know it.
In a triple threat match.
The best way, well, number one, not only was it funny when Kevin Owens was introducing them.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Because he said, like, a man who spent most of his career under a mask, blah, blah, blah. And he was talking about Sin Cara, but everyone assumed he was talking about Sami Zayn. And then he said somebody who's been here, he's in his 30s, but he dresses like he's a little kid. And then everyone's figured it was going to be Dolph Ziggler. But here comes Zack Ryder. So I thought that was funny.
Yeah, and then he's the biggest star and blah, blah, blah.
Here's my problem with it. You bring these 3 guys out, and you're basically shitting on those 3 guys. In Kevin Owens' eyes, those 3 guys are easy pickings for him. That's why he chose them.
Right, but
and that's disgusting. Because Stardust, I understand the way they're booked, yeah. Stardust is a good wrestler. Sin Cara is decent. He's botchamania at best. But Zack Ryder used to be good too. So it's like, you don't need to shit on these. I don't know. I was bothered by the way it was all laid out on paper.
Doesn't that kind of go along with his whole character? I mean, he thinks he's better than everybody else, regardless of who it is. I mean, even if he announced Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and Triple H for the triple threat match, he would still degrade them. It's kind of what he does. He's a heel. He thinks everybody sucks. He's the best.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, I don't know. It bothered. I guess it's just because I like Stardust and Zack Ryder, why it bothered me.
Yeah. I can see where you're coming from.
But I mean, I feel like it's just like, oh, yeah, these guys, screw it.
Yeah, these are easy pickings.
These guys are nobodies.
Yeah, I could beat these guys easy if I wanted to, right? No,
so
it makes sense.
Then we have, who came out first? Was it Sami Zayn came out first, then The Miz, because Kevin Owens ended up going on commentary.
Right, and he's always the best on commentary. I love it when he goes at it with Michael Cole.
Because him and JBL agree on everything, and he rips apart Michael Cole and Byron Saxton, and it's great.
That was funny when Michael Cole asked him who he was going to face at WrestleMania, and he's like, I'm going to face you and shut you up. I thought that was awesome. Like, please shut this motherfucker up. Yes, so he's on commentary. Sami Zayn, Miz, Dolph Ziggler comes out.
Yep.
They all go after Kevin Owens.
They all went up to Kevin Owens. They're like, what's up? They were all dressed to wrestle. They're like, what's up? You told us we were going to have this match. And then somebody gets thrown out of the ring. I think Stardust gets thrown out of the ring or something. And Kevin Owens hits him. And for the first time ever, there's disqualifications in a triple threat match.
Right.
And the match gets thrown out. I don't understand.
So, later on in the night,
Yeah,
Kevin
I think
Owens.
it was right after they tussled a little bit. They all fought a little bit. I thought it was funny that Kevin Owens didn't really fight anybody. He just kept throwing other people at other people.
Yeah.
Like he threw Sin Cara at Sami Zayn when he got in the ring, and he threw like Stardust at somebody. He threw Zack Ryder. I thought it was just funny that he never really fought anyone. He just kept throwing people at people.
Pulling people around.
So then he goes back to Stephanie, complaining.
Whining and bitching and moaning.
Yeah.
As a heel does. And she basically complains about him and goes ahead and makes a ladder match for the Intercontinental
she says,
title.
guess what? You're going to fight all 6 of those men, which destroys logic because since Dolph Ziggler didn't win last week, he shouldn't be having a match at WrestleMania.
You know, I agree with that as well. I mean, they were very specific. The stipulation of that match was if Dolph Ziggler wins, he gets to pick whatever match. Right. So the way they set it up, it makes it sound very like, okay, if you don't win this match, you're shit out of luck.
You're done.
So the next week, Stephanie, of all people, rewards him by including him in the Intercontinental title match. It's shitty writing. I mean, if you want to get technical about it, they never said he wasn't going to get a match. He just doesn't get to pick his match. But he gets rewarded.
Right. It was more so Stephanie not caring who the other 6 guys were. It was more so, you're pissing me off, Kevin Owens.
Get out of my face.
So now you have to defend it against 6 people.
Right.
To which Kevin Owens then says, your husband thinks very highly of me.
Yeah.
She goes, I like the fact that you tell me what my husband thinks.
And my husband's not here.
Yeah, but I'm calling the shots right now, so you will defend your title in a 7-way ladder match, just like last year's WrestleMania, and I saw that coming from a mile away.
I said that, and I texted you this yesterday. I don't know if
you did text me that. You texted me, you're like,
I mentioned it in
I
the
told
show.
you.
I didn't actually call it because I wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but I did mention, watch this happen, and it kind of did. So,
yep.
Anyways, so now we know that there will be a ladder match. So what is it we have now? Hell in a Cell? Street fight?
Yep.
Ladder match.
Ladder match.
And
3 gimmick matches.
20 other matches on this
Battle
card.
Royal. A 3-on-4 handicap match for the tag titles.
Yeah. It's becoming quite interesting. So, one thing I noticed, and we'll talk a little bit about this as well, was the promos. Undertaker, Shane McMahon.
The video packages?
Yeah, they're obviously promoting the match without actually having Undertaker or Shane there.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job of what they had without either of them. One of them, in my opinion, one of them needed to be there this week. But also they did well with what they had, and they put together some good video packages. All leading up to the major announcement for the Hell in a Cell match later that evening.
Right.
They showed the Shane training video, which is cool. If you follow Shane on Twitter, he posts a lot of those videos on Twitter of him training in the ring with the mixed martial arts guys and stuff. They showed history and everything. So I thought that was very well put together video packages, all leading up to Vince McMahon's major announcement for later in the evening.
Should we talk about that now? Or
Might as well.
Let's talk about it. So Vince McMahon comes out, announces that Undertaker is his bitch. He confirms what Shane said. And announces also, and we have to word this correctly, he said that if Undertaker loses at WrestleMania, it will be his last WrestleMania.
It will be his last WrestleMania, yes, indeed.
A lot of people are jumping to the conclusion that that means it's his last match, which could very well be, because if he loses, it's his last WrestleMania.
Correct.
Why the hell is he going to retire on a SummerSlam?
Exactly.
He's going to end his match or his career at a WrestleMania. It would be stupid not to.
Right, and obviously the key word is there also if he loses.
Right. So it does make the match a little more interesting, and it came very last minute, 2 weeks before WrestleMania, so that makes me think, has plans changed at the last minute? Has Undertaker come to them and said, look, I want this to be my last one, and they've thrown this in at the last second? Because to me it seems very thrown together. You know what I mean? Why didn't he say that last week on Raw when Undertaker was there?
Because I feel it's because
hey pal.
Well, because his shit broke down when Shane called Undertaker Vince's bitch.
Right, but he also came out and said that you don't ever put your hands on me.
Yeah.
And he could have said at that point, because you put your hands on me, your ass is on the line at WrestleMania, or something like that. That would make more sense than this random promo where he comes out and just says that. And to me that makes it sound like something changed at the last minute. I don't know for sure. Obviously,
that's possible, but it could very well just be also.
A way for them to hype the match even more.
It's also a way for them to be like, okay, so the people who right now think maybe the Undertaker's just going to let Shane win because of how Vince treats him, now they know that Undertaker can't just lay down for Shane McMahon. Yeah. Because if he does, he's done.
Right.
So maybe that, but I feel like, my opinion, it's unnecessary. It's the whole time they kept saying there was going to be a major announcement regarding the Hell in a Cell match. I automatically assumed special referee.
Mick Foley. That's what
somebody.
I thought. Or him.
Maybe if it wasn't even him, could have been Vince.
Yeah, Vince.
Because Vince always kept saying, "I got this."
Right.
So, and who knows? Next week on Raw, that might be the next thing that he adds.
Right.
Because I'm sure something else big is going to happen with this.
It has to.
But as it stands right now, I just don't. I don't know. I don't think it was necessary to put Undertaker's rest. I'm not even going to say his career. Put his career on the line. Because now a lot of people probably have it under the impression that it's a done deal, Undertaker's winning.
Yeah.
Because, no, they're not. Shane McMahon's not going to be his last match.
Or skeptics like myself might be thinking maybe he wants to hang up his...
Yeah, it could be anything.
Hang up the hat.
It could be anything. Hell in a Cell match is definitely the second best built match on this card.
And that's not very good.
Which is sad because it's with somebody who's not a formally trained wrestler.
And a part-timer that's hardly ever there.
Exactly.
Like, there's
Both
really not a lot of build.
Are up there in age. Undertaker's like 51, maybe. I think he's going to be 52 by the time WrestleMania happens. And Shane McMahon's 46.
Actually, his birthday's on Thursday.
I know his birthday's in March.
March 24th.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of your biggest matches.
Yep.
Where even their promos that they're doing in the ring are not very good. Shane McMahon's botching his fucking lines. Undertaker looks terrible. That's just my opinion.
Shane McMahon's punches could look a little bit better.
Right. So, do you think maybe Vince McMahon's decided, we need to keep these fuckers off TV? Shane can't even get his lines right?
Nah, I don't think it's that. I think it's just that whatever it is, and I mean, smart booking will tell you next show Shane McMahon gets the upper hand on the Undertaker. Because he hasn't yet.
He has to, yeah.
He has to. He can't get chokeslammed in the middle of the ring again. No. But then again, smart booking also tells you that if he does, chances are Shane McMahon's winning that match somehow.
It's going to be interesting.
22-2, like I say.
I don't know. We'll get into that on the special WrestleMania edition.
We will.
Of That Wrestling Podcast. But yes, this one we have a lot to talk about. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen here? But yes, we had a bunch of promos leading up to the big announcement, and that was, of course, if Undertaker loses this match, it will be his last WrestleMania. Not necessarily his last match, but
basically,
yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, the last thing of interest on this Raw to talk about is our apparent top babyface, Dean Ambrose.
Well, hold on a second before we get into that, real quick. Can we talk about the Social Outcast segment with Kane and Big Show?
I forgot.
This was horrible.
Yeah.
We were not going to spend a lot of time on this, but it was terrible.
Can you blame me for forgetting?
Like, honestly, I thought the Social Outcast was... No, I don't blame you. I thought the Social Outcast was coming out so Big Show could tear them up and make him look good for the Battle Royal. Of course, they get the upper hand on him, and Kane comes out, saves him, whatever. And this is where it gets stupid. Big Show hugs Kane. And on a side note, I wish they would stop calling this fucker Demon Kane.
Yeah, it's
or
Kane.
Or corporate
okay?
Kane. It's motherfucking Kane. All right.
Okay, we know who he is.
It's not Demon Kane. Stop that crap. It's Kane. It's just Kane. Give him his voice box back. Anyways, he comes out. Big Show gives him a hug. It was embarrassing. Then the Big Show gets to the second rope. Like, really? When the fuck does the Big Show...
When does he ever go to the second rope to celebrate?
When does he ever go to the second rope? So you know exactly what's coming.
See, I didn't think he was going to... I thought he was going to punch him and he was going to go over the top rope. And I'm like, this is going to be a nasty bump.
That would have been hilarious. And probably better than what actually happened.
That choke slam was a joke. I was like, okay. So basically... Right now, as it stands, there's 6 people in the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
The Social Outcasts, Kane and Big Show.
They're not going to have a lot of people in there. Half of them are injured.
They have to have at least 20. I could assume, like last year, they had an NXT guy in it. I assume they'll have one of those. Last year, they did it where it was some tournament at Fan Access, and the winner of the tournament got to go into the Battle Royal, which was kind of cool. So you assume that, but I mean, I guess you could assume the Wyatts since they're not in anything. But who's going to be in that match? I guess all these other.
Probably Bray.
Well, you have the guys who aren't on TV too. You'll have like probably Sandow will be on it.
Fandango.
Fandango will definitely be there in all his glory. Who else? I assume Sin Cara was going to be in it, but now he's in an IC title match somehow. Zack Ryder was a shoe-in for it, but now he's in an IC title match. You probably got the Golden Truth. They'll probably be in it.
I bet you'll get maybe a couple NXT guys, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a few more NXT guys.
They might have to.
Exactly. We might not have enough people. Some people are going to have to do double duty.
So we had that. We also had, just real quick, go over these matches just so we don't leave them out. We had the Big E Rusev match. It was a decent match.
Decent match. They've had good matches in the past. This was probably the second best match on the card. That's not really saying much because obviously the only good match was Styles and Owens. But I like the fact that Lee got the upper hand at the beginning, but New Day outsmarted him at the end, and then Big E went over semi-clean on Rusev in a decent 10-minute match.
Right, but it was on the show. We talked about it.
Yeah, their promo going. I don't like the fact that the League of Nations are laughing off the New Day and everything they say. I understand that they're making fun of them, but I don't like that they're like the cocky. They're almost like the super villain of like, ha ha ha, you think I'm hot garbage? That's funny. And it's like,
they need to be
don't
more
laugh
like,
at them. They've been champions for over 200 and something days.
Right.
They're not like nobodies.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Like that's why I think this is going to be like the new Day. Like they've already reimagined themselves, because I watched last year's WrestleMania last night, and they've already reimagined themselves from what they were last year, and it's gotten better. So I think this is when we see that they're not only somebody who has to cheat to win, but they could hold their own if they need to fight.
Yeah, and they've obviously come a long way. When they first started the New Day, they were terrible. Now I think they're hilarious. I love watching them. They're very entertaining. Great tag team, great chemistry, and obviously all that kind of comes over time, which is where they're at. But I think the direction that the League of Nations needs to go in is more like a nation of domination for all the older wrestling fans listening. And they need to be dominant. Who cares? They shouldn't even be on the microphone. Fuck it. They just come out and whoop ass and they leave. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
It just come across as very dominant and very powerful, like a League of Nations, and not like what you're saying, almost a cartoon character.
They're just like laughing everything. Like they're grown men and they're coming to fight. They're coming to kick your ass.
Right.
So I mean, I'm excited. I'll go as far to admit I think the New Day is the main reason right now that anybody turns into the WWE. They are the most overact in the WWE out of anybody.
They are.
Everybody loves the New Day. Even when they were heels, everybody loved. The kids might not like them, but they're not there for the kids. They're there for us.
Right.
They are the most PG team I've ever seen. They get away with so much stuff. It's not even funny. And it's
Booty-O's.
Great. Booty-O's.
Yeah.
Come on.
You got to give me a reason to watch.
But if you don't think Booty-O's means that they want to eat booty holes, I don't know what else you can think. It's obvious. Big E is always gyrating. What is he gyrating for? It's fantastic.
I agree. Everything you're saying, I agree with you 110%. New Day is awesome. I love them. They rock. Real quick, two more quick mentions. We had the Divas match. The women's match.
You son of a...
I know. And then we had...
What the hell was the women's match? Oh, Natalya fought Charlotte, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then...
Damn, I tried skipping over a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
This is how much I disliked Raw this week, apparently.
It was awful. And then we had Bubba Ray versus R-Truth.
Oh, that happened too?
Yes, that happened.
Christ.
And then, of course... Bubba Ray wins. He's attacking R-Truth. Devon's there.
Oh, yeah.
And Goldust comes out.
Yeah,
his music hits. Complete silence. You could have heard crickets in that fucking place. Horrible. Just shows you that Goldust and R-Truth, what are they calling them?
Golden Truth.
Golden Truth is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Stop pushing it.
People keep forgetting that R-Truth isn't Booker T.
Yes. Bring back Booker T. I know he's not going to wrestle, but bring him back, man. Put him with Goldust. It'd be awesome. So Goldust, it was a flop. The Usos came out
and tried putting the Dudleys through the table.
And that the Dudleys got more of a reaction probably because they were in Philadelphia than the Usos did. Same thing. Why not make the Usos heel and leave the Dudleys face? I don't know.
Because the kids like the Usos.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
That's how it works if it's a PG show.
That's true. Well, anyways, quick mention of that, whatever. And then, of course, we had our main event.
But before we get to the main event, we get to passing of the torch, part 2.
That's true. I almost breezed
Dean
over
Ambrose turning into Stone Cold slowly by the minute. Was in another local bar, and
who stops by?
Was given a promo. Who stops by?
Good
old Terry Funk.
Chainsaw Charlie.
And here he is talking. All I know, the best part about this whole thing was I didn't understand one damn thing that Terry Funk was talking about. But then after he was done talking, Dean Ambrose looks at him and goes, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about." And I'm like, that makes perfect sense because they're both insane.
Nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about.
So, needless to say, at first, when he said, "I've got something I would like to give you," me and my buddy thought he was going to give him his branding iron. Because that was a big thing he used in ECW his whole career. Sometimes, especially ECW and in Japan, he had set that on fire, and he used it on Mick Foley a few times when it was on fire. I thought it was going to be that, and then here comes
the chainsaw. And he cuts the table in half, right?
And he doesn't even cut it in half. He just cuts 3 lines through the table, and it's just like, okay, Obviously, he's not going to use a chainsaw on Brock Lesnar. It may need to be what he needs to have to beat Brock Lesnar, but that is what I like to call murder, and I don't think that's allowed in the WWE.
Especially when it's PG.
If you can't do a pile driver, you sure as hell can't chainsaw somebody.
No. So obviously that's not going to get used. It might be there.
That's why I thought, and I guess at the end of the day, don't be surprised if we see the branding iron at WrestleMania.
Do you think we're going to see another passing of the torch next week on Raw?
Well, I sure as hell if Al Snow doesn't come on and give Dean Ambrose head. That would be very awkward.
That's where I was going with that, damn it.
That would be very awkward.
So who do you think is going to show up next week? Any guesses? Hardcore Holly?
I don't think there's really nobody else.
Steve Blackman?
I mean, you could do the Sandman. The Sandman could come and give him his kendo stick, but everybody uses kendo sticks.
Yeah, and he already uses those. But that would be cool.
I mean, RVD, but he just used chairs. Everybody uses chairs. Sabu could come and give him the nail.
But are they going to bring in an ECW guy for that?
If anything, I was going to say, they should have brought an ECW guy in, but they did it last night with Terry Funk.
They did. But Terry Funk also had a time where he was with the WWE. I know Sandman did, but they don't really acknowledge that.
Right. I forget where next week's episode is. Are they in New York next
I think
week?
so. They're in Boston for SmackDown tonight.
I think they're in New York next Monday. So, unless, could be very similar. It could be
Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, I just thought of him. Could be Tommy Dreamer.
Maybe it'll be Hacksaw Jim Duggan with his 2x4.
I made that joke last night, too. But, yeah, no, the only reason I said the Al Snow thing is I saw a meme today of Al Snow, and it just said, he goes, "I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I'm sure as hell not going to WWE to give Dean Ambrose head."
Yeah, that was awesome. Definitely meme of the week there. So, yeah, I guess my money's on Tommy Dreamer because he was there recently. I don't see why they wouldn't bring him in.
Yeah, so it could be Dreamer.
Somebody like that.
So, but then again, at the end of the day, next week, they might not do something like that. It's going to be a straight-up Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose thing, as it should be, maybe.
They have to.
But I just don't think there's anyone left. There's no other big... Unless Stan Hansen comes and gives them the bull rope.
There's a lot of big guys. They just don't really have a trademark
Exactly. They don't have a trademark weapon.
Maybe Mick Foley will show back up as Mankind and give him a sock.
Maybe show back up and give him a bag of thumbtacks.
That would be awesome. All right, so that was the passing of the torch for this week.
Again, the chainsaw, which was kind of cool.
It was cool.
And then we get into the main event of Monday Night Raw.
It was pathetic.
The show before the go-home show.
It was pathetic.
We've got the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose.
I don't even know if I want to talk about it. It was that horrible.
Versus the doofy giant, Braun Strowman.
So this match was very slow and boring. It even had "this is boring" chants. This is your main event of Raw. before the go home episode. Like you said, WrestleMania is less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
And we've got this match. Dean Ambrose. I mean, this is boring chance. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, so what happens? Dean Ambrose gets the chair, hits him with it. It was literally right before this. I go, so let me guess. Dean Ambrose versus Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman can't lose. Dean Ambrose can't lose. Let me guess. Nobody wins.
Well, he went in for Dean was in the corner. Strowman comes running in. Dean moves. Strowman hits the corner with the shoulder.
And then he gets the chair.
Dean gets the chair, right. Smacks him with it. That's what ends the match. It was just
and
bad.
Did none of the other Wyatt members come into the ring to help?
No, I think at that point they did.
Because
I stopped watching
okay, here's my biggest thing. He was able to hit dirty deeds on Braun Strowman on the chair. And I know it was after he beat him up with the chair and everything, but I can't believe it.
It was bad. And then it ended with...
And then he stared down. Well, that was the best part. I'm just an advocate.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just an advocate.
Where the fuck was Brock Lesnar at?
Well, he's going to be on SmackDown. That's why he wasn't on Raw. That's the big thing. He's supposed to be on SmackDown this Thursday. He'll be at SmackDown, and then he'll be at Raw next week.
This is my problem with Raw, right? In a nutshell, was the lack of Undertaker, the lack of Brock Lesnar, and I know you're saying Brock Lesnar is going to be on SmackDown, but whatever. It's Wrestle Frickin' Mania. 100,000 people, biggest WrestleMania of all time, according to WWE, right? And no Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
We breezed over the World Heavyweight Championship with those horrible promos. We got the quick announcement from Vince McMahon for the Hell in a Cell match. And then we had the Dean Ambrose main event and the passing of the torch. Nothing. Brock Lesnar was nowhere to be found. It's just, to me, it's bad. It's bad booking. It's bad, promos leading up to the event. It's not getting me excited about WrestleMania.
Right.
And that's my problem with it. They needed to do something big in order to really sell us on this, because, to be honest with you, the WrestleMania card is really just kind of lackluster at this point. And they're not really doing anything to convince me that I'm wrong. That's just the way I feel about it, I guess. And I'm trying not to be a negative Nancy, all right? I'm trying not to beat them up too much here. But that's the way I kind of feel at this point in time.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like you said, the card doesn't look very good on paper, but maybe they're going to turn it around.
Maybe they just realize they're going to have to turn it up and tear the house down.
And the good thing is we do have one more episode of Raw.
We got one more. Hopefully the next 3 hours of Monday Night Raw we get, as long as the Raw doesn't end with Triple H and Roman Reigns having a tug of war over the title, I think it can't be much worse than last year's go-home show.
They'll end up having a contract signing or something. It's going to be something stupid.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see next week. What happens. I'm done with Raw.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for Raw. All right, so next on our list of things to do, we're going to do another segment here called Push, Turn, Fire. We've kind of played around with this one a little bit on previous episodes.
We've been tweaking it the last few weeks, so now we think we've decided to stick with this format from here on out, and we'll see how it goes. But who knows? Anything's possible.
So I'm going to give Nick 3 wrestlers. He's going to tell me which one he would push, which one he'd turn, and which one he'd fire. He's going to do the same for me, and I'm going to tell him which wrestler I'd push, which one I'd turn, which one I'd fire. You want to go first?
If you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Sir,
yes.
My 3 wrestlers for you, and this could be any wrestlers, correct? And even if they're hurt?
Yeah.
That's okay? Okay. Let's start off as hard as we can start off. Dean Ambrose.
Oh, man.
Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Kevin Owens.
Whew. That's tough.
I know.
What would I do? Okay, so I got Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens. So I got to push one, turn one, and fire one. That's tough because I like all of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
You're a son of a bitch.
I know. Shouldn't have let me go first.
No.
I'd have been a little nicer on you.
I got to rewrite my wrestlers. I hope you're not looking at them, by the way.
No, I'm not looking at your wrestlers.
All right. Push. I would push... Oh, man, this is too hard. I guess I'd push Kevin Owens. Because Dean Ambrose, you can't push him much more than he is right now. I mean, he's the best thing on Raw. Seth Rollins, when he comes back, he's going to be way over. Everybody's just itching for him to get back. So I'd push Kevin Owens.
Okay.
I like Kevin Owens.
Me too.
He's good in the ring. Great on commentary. I love it when he's out there talking shit with Michael Cole. So I definitely push him. Man. I guess I'd have to turn Seth Rollins and fire Dean Ambrose, which would be the stupidest thing that I would ever do. But when Seth Rollins comes back, he's going to try to be a heel, and they're going to.
It's not going to happen.
He's going to be a face when he comes back until he figures out a way to get back over as a heel. So I turn him as a face because it's probably going to happen, and I have no other choice but to fire Dean. Damn it.
There you go.
That's my choice.
I guess you don't like Dean Ambrose as much as you thought you did.
Well, no, it's just how can you push him even more?
I know.
All right, I'm going to give you my 3 now.
All right, I'm ready.
Mine might be hard, too, just because they all suck.
Fair enough.
All right. Who would you push, turn, or fire out of Tyler Breeze, Kane, or The Big Show?
Ooh.
Tyler Breeze, Kane, or Big Show? Push, turn, fire.
Well, I would push Tyler Breeze because I'm a fan. I thought his work in NXT was good. I don't think they're doing anything with him right now. Supposedly, as per the internet, he's got heat on him or whatever. For whatever reason, for wanting to leave a show early or something, but I don't care. I would push Breeze. I would fire the Big Show. No, I take that back. I would turn the Big Show again because why the hell not? And I would fire Kane. Because at the end of the day, I still think, no offense to Kane, Kane's been around for a long time, since the mid-90s in the WWE, 20-year career. Not bad. But I think Big Show's more entertaining than Kane is.
Would you fire Kane and bring him back as corporate Kane?
No. No, I'd fire him and bring him back as Isaac Yankem.
Yeah. All right, that was Push, Turn, Fire.
Yeah.
We'll have more on that next week.
Yeah, I think, like I said before, I think that's the way we're going to leave it now. But who knows? Anything's possible.
It might change next week. We'll figure it out.
Swerve.
All right, trivia time.
It is time.
Are you excited?
I'm always excited because we're evened up again. It's a brand new ball game.
This is 1-1, right? Yes. Overall, we are tied.
Tied up 1-1.
So I put some hard questions together for you.
Sounds good. I'm ready. Ready to rock and roll.
I got a curveball for you also.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
All right. Good. First question is not a WWE question.
Okay.
It's a WCW question.
All right.
You don't look very, very convinced. Like, you look a little worried.
I'm a bit worried.
All right. Let's see. How many times did Hulk Hogan win the WCW World Heavyweight Championship?
Shit. Not even multiple choice, huh? All right. Let me think about this. Well,
Are you writing down stuff?
I'm trying to think. I know he won it in his first match. So that's 1. He lost it. 2.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wasn't. Okay. I've got a guess. I think. Hogan.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
All right. You're specifically, his whole time, even before he turned bad in the NWO, his whole
career.
tenure at WCW, strictly WCW.
Right.
Not including his WWF ones.
No.
Okay. I am going to go with 5. Damn it.
You were close.
Is it 6?
It's 6.
Damn it.
Sorry, buddy.
That's all right. I was close. I was going closer than I thought I was going to be.
That was a hard question. I didn't know the answer. I had to look it up.
Shit.
So that's your 0. So, all right.
All right. Damn it. My question seems so much easier. Okay. I think you're going to get this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What year did Stone Cold Steve Austin win his first Royal Rumble?
1998?
Incorrect, sir.
Damn it, it's 97.
That is correct. 1997. Stone Cold last eliminates Bret the Hitman Hart after he was already eliminated, but nobody saw it.
So he won.
He won back-to-back years.
98, and then he won 2001.
2001, correct.
Damn it.
The only 3-time Royal Rumble winner.
I should have thought about that for a minute.
I figured I'd get you on that one.
You did. Because he lost 99. He almost won 99.
Almost won.
Vince won.
Yeah, he almost won. Vince
son
won.
Son of a bitch.
You know, he could have won 4 times, but he only won 3.
What?
I said he only won 3.
What?
You should know this. You're Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
I'm going to have 1 beer.
Shut up!
Damn it.
All right. Second question. You ready for this?
Yes.
Who won the 2000 King of the Ring?
Kurt Angle.
That was easy. See, I didn't want to give him too hard.
Kurt Angle. He went for back-to-back years, but Shane McMahon cost him 2001.
Very good. Kurt Angle won the 2000 King of the Ring.
All right.
Ask me an easy one now. Because apparently the Stone Cold one was hard.
Okay. I'll give you... I don't know if it's necessarily easy. It kind of is. In my opinion, it's easy. And it's also true and false. So it's 50-50.
Okay, good. I need the help.
True or false? Going into WrestleMania 24, Edge was undefeated at WrestleMania.
That's true.
Correct. Yep, the whole sell on the match was it was undefeated streak versus undefeated streak at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but Edge's was like undefeated, what, like 4 or 5 years or something like that?
No, I mean, it was actually pretty decent if I remember. I mean, it wasn't Undertaker status, but I mean, it was a decent amount. 16 he won, 15 did he fight? 16, 17. I mean, I think it was 8-0, 7-0, 8-0, something like that. Not bad.
Not bad. All right. So I got one, you got one, we're tied. All right, my question. You're probably going to get this one too. And it's about Edge. Look at that. What event did Edge win his very first WWE championship? Now, this is not the World Heavyweight. This is WWE.
WWE title.
Yes.
You said what event?
What event?
So I don't even
No,
know
it
the
needs
year.
to be a year.
Damn it.
That specific event and year.
Well, it's New Year's resolution. But 2006. Yes.
I should take points away because it's not New Year's resolution. It's revolution.
I said
or
revolution.
You said resolution.
I said revolution. I might have mumbled.
Okay. No, but I'm not. That's fine. We're gonna give you a pass.
I might have mumbled, but I know it's revolution. There's like 2 of them. It was God Awful. It was in Puerto Rico.
What the hell was that about? Puerto Rico. No offense to Puerto Rico.
No offense to Puerto Rico, you know.
It's random.
Yeah, it was just, you know.
It was nice.
It was all right.
That's the one with the dragons, right?
Yeah, I got to see whatever the hell it was, Elimination Chamber. So that's cool.
Yeah. All right. Last question for me.
All right. Last question. I think this one's kind of easy, but I'll give it to you. What were the names of the first 2 Tough Enough winners?
I know one of them was Maven.
That's correct.
Oh, I have to answer both of them?
Indeed you do, sir.
The other one was the female.
That is also correct.
Is it Nadia?
Since you gave me New Year's resolution, I'll give it to you. It's Nydia.
Damn it, I knew it was close. Perfect.
I'll give it to you. You gave me New Year's resolution, which I did apparently say New Year's resolution, and I'll give you Nadia for Nydia. Close enough.
It was very close.
You knew what it was. It's like Achilles from the Wheel of Fortune, poor bastard. So
we tied our trivia?
We tied again.
Damn it. So should we ask each other one more question?
I got another one if you got another one.
All right, we'll have to make it quick, though.
All right.
You asked me first. So I need to think of one. I only wrote down 3.
All right. What other event besides WrestleMania was The Undertaker undefeated at until he lost in 1996?
It's an Undertaker question, too. I should know this. Was it?
I'll give you a hint. It's one of the big 4.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So it's probably either SummerSlam or Survivor Series. 1996. Is it SummerSlam? Yes.
Do you know who he lost to?
No.
He lost to Mankind in the Boiler Room Brawl.
Oh, man.
And they made a big deal about how Undertaker never lost, and then Paul Bearer also turned on the Undertaker.
That's right. Oh, what an idiot. I had a brain fart there for a minute. All right, I need to think of a question for you. Real quick.
Okay.
I should be more prepared. All right, here we go.
And I guess if we tie it on this, we'll just call it a tie.
I guess we're going to have to.
Until we figure out a better way. We're going to have to, if you have any ideas, send us an idea about a good tiebreaker question. Or tiebreaker type deal. Right now we're trying to figure out what to do. So if you have any ideas, shoot us a question.
I got one.
All right.
John Cena has won the WWE Tag Team Championship twice. Who did he win it with? Both of them.
Shawn Michaels. That's one of them. Shit. Shawn Michaels and... Was it CM Punk?
No. And actually, this was kind of a trick question, but...
Why? Because it's more than 2 times?
No. Shawn Michaels and Batista.
Damn it, it was Batista. Okay.
But that was for the World Tag Team Championship. They also have a WWE Tag Team Championship that he won twice. He won with The Miz and David Otunga.
That's right. That's when they were split still for some stupid reason.
But either way, you didn't get Batista.
I didn't get a second person.
You got CM Punk. So that means I won.
Yeah, I guess it does mean you won.
How does it feel?
Feels pretty shitty, Mike. That's all right. I'll get you back at WrestleMania Trivia.
WrestleMania Trivia on next episode, special edition. All right, moving right along to news and rumors.
You like me? I what? I like you? Yeah. I've never liked you. Never. Don't you read the internet? You're a little turkey buzzard. I hate your guts.
Don't you read the internet?
Don't you read the internet?
I hate your guts.
That's great.
All right. News and rumors. So obviously, I think the biggest news of the week is the big Hulk Hogan case. You heard about that, right?
Yeah, when it comes crashing down and then he comes inside, right? Is that how the song goes? Oh, maybe. I think I might have got that wrong.
It's something along those lines, right? All right. So Hulk Hogan won the Gawker case.
115 million big ones.
Plus another additional $25 million in damages, which brings that to...
135-ish.
$140 million.
Was it... Oh, you said 25?
25,
Oh,
yeah.
son of a bitch.
115 plus 25. Hulk walks away with $140 million after...
Okay, I went to public school in Orlando, Florida, okay? That's why I don't know how to math.
I don't know how to math. Yes, he won the Gawker case. Obviously, this stems back to his sex tape that was leaked online.
Yeah,
he won the case. So obviously, that's the big news this week. Obviously, we're not sure if he's actually going to get all that money. The website might go out of business. We'll have to wait and see.
I didn't know Gawker was worth that much.
But we are waiting for the appeals and things like that to go through. But as of right now, Hulk Hogan won. And did you see what he tweeted about it?
Was it the leg drop into the money? Oh my God!
No, the leg drop on the Gawker sign.
Oh, there was There was another one I saw today. There was him doing the leg drop, but it was into like the Scrooge McDuck's vault of coins.
Oh man, there's a lot of them out there.
It was hilarious.
So that's probably the biggest story of the week. Also, we just found out today, it's kind of still breaking at this point in time, but we found out that Daniel Bryan was supposed to have an appreciation night this Saturday at a live event in Madison Square Garden. That has been what they're calling postponed. I don't know if
Postpone, cancel, whatever you want to call it.
It's not happening. Right. Not sure why. He's also been removed from some UK dates after WrestleMania. He was supposed to do a tour of the UK, I guess, with WWE. That's not happening anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to necessarily say I'm worried, but what? I don't get it.
The official statement from WWE is that Daniel Bryan requested time off and they gave it to him. To me, that sounds a little weird because if you've got an event this Saturday, we're talking, 5 days away?
Yeah.
Why not ask for time off after Saturday? Like, something big must have happened, in my opinion.
Yeah, something happened. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if he's...
a personal matter.
Maybe he just can't handle it right now. Maybe he's still getting over the fact that he can't do it anymore. I don't know.
Well, you brought up an interesting point earlier that you don't think he's as hurt as everybody makes it out to be.
Yeah, I'm big on conspiracy theories, okay? I think they're just too afraid of what could happen to him. I think maybe they are having him bend the truth a little bit with how hurt he is. But then again, at the end of the day, he might be just as hurt as he says he is. But I do believe in the theory of him not being hurt, and he really just wants to wrestle. I don't know though. I hope nothing serious is wrong, but at this point, it's definitely for sure it's not happening. But the rumors of why it's not happening they're astronomical. It could be anything.
Right. So at this point, we're not really sure what's going on. It sounds like something must have come up. He's asked for this time off. They've obviously given it to him. So the Daniel Bryan Appreciation Night at Madison Square Garden at this point in time is not happening. Of course, things change all the time in the world of wrestling, so who knows?
Anything's possible.
Third big story of the night. What you got?
Sting apparently has come out again and said himself to TMZ, "No, I am not officially retired.
Quotations.
And my neck is okay."
Right. They did say he does not need surgery.
Yeah, he says he will not have surgery.
But he would not confirm or deny if he's actually got an injury.
Right. I mean, I think this is my opinion. This is also it's news and it's also a rumor in my opinion, even though it came from the horse's mouth. I think it's just he's not officially retired because he himself has not said, "I am retired."
Right. The story was that he's going to retire at the Hall of Fame. So I guess
that's what I assume.
We'll have to wait until the Hall of Fame to find out if that's what's actually going to happen. Now, here's my theory, and this is kind of a long shot, and we'll talk about it more on the WrestleMania edition of our show.
Correct.
If he does not retire at the Hall of Fame, my money is he will be involved in the Hell in a Cell match.
Probably.
Either him or somebody's going to interfere in that match. It's not just going to be Shane and Undertaker. Something is going to happen. My money is if Sting does not retire at the Hall of Fame, he will be involved in the Hell in a Cell match, possibly setting up to their last match for both Sting and Undertaker at WrestleMania 33, which we will be at.
We will be there.
I would love to be a part of Undertaker's last match.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. So, selfishly, I hope this isn't his last one.
Right, just so we can be there.
Exactly.
Because we're too lazy and cheap to fly to Dallas.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it to Dallas, not on my salary.
He needs to come to us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got to come here.
You got to come here. So that's
sorry, brother.
That's kind of the biggest news of the week. Sting's a little rocky right now. We're not really sure what's going on with him, but he has come out and said, no, he is not officially retired, but he has not said he's not going to retire. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Rumors. You had a good one.
One last thing before we hop into the rumors. We forgot to touch base on this. In the Raw Dark match,
yes,
Luke Harper appeared to injure his leg. Sources close to him seem to think it is a torn ACL. Here's hoping that it's not. I don't think it's been confirmed yet.
Right.
But a lot of the sites today I've been seeing have been saying the same thing, torn ACL, which if that's the case, we're looking at 6 months without Luke Harper.
Right.
At least.
Right. So, yeah, hopefully he's not as injured as we think he is. Hopefully he's all right. But if you didn't see that video's floating around on the internet.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
His knee just totally gave out on him. It sucks because, I mean, it's a week before WrestleMania. Everyone wants to have a WrestleMania moment.
Absolutely. Rumors. What match is going to end or which match is going on last for WrestleMania.
This is a big rumor. Rumor has it. Yeah, rumor has it right now. There's a power struggle. Surprise, surprise. With Vince and Triple H. Vince wants either Hell in a Cell or Ambrose and Lesnar to go on last. Triple H obviously wants the title match to go on last.
And that makes sense because Triple H is all about the title.
Yeah.
He's always said the title is the most important.
That's your main event.
That's the main event. And I agree with that.
I do. But maybe not this year.
Yeah, well, when you build a shitty pay-per-view, a shitty title match, maybe you have to make adjustments to it.
Yeah.
But yes, Triple H is right. The belt should always be more important. What is it they say? The belt is not bigger than any man.
Yeah, the belt doesn't make the man makes the belt.
Exactly. Thank you. So yes, I agree with that. And to me, we talked about this last week as well. That that the McMahons seem to have a little bit of a scuffle going on in the back as well. So and that's why Shane was brought in, and so there's probably some truth to that.
Right,
rumor.
and the whole thing is apparently the biggest reasoning of this being Vince McMahon doesn't want WrestleMania to end with 100,000 people booing Roman Reigns out of the arena.
Right. So that's a rumor. Not sure if it's happening or not. Not sure if it's confirmed, but I'm sure there's some truth to it. And then, of course, another big rumor kind of relates to the Hulk Hogan win earlier, that he wants to come back to the WWE. And you also had another interesting theory on this one.
I said don't be surprised if Hulk Hogan shows up in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal and wins the whole thing.
So I think that's a bit of a long shot, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
And the main reason why it is a long shot, Hulk Hogan ain't going on no pre-show. It's Hulk Hogan, brother.
Right.
He ain't crashing down on a pre-show, okay? He's main event.
Right.
He needs to go on last.
Just ask his girlfriend.
Maybe we should have Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker instead of Shane McMahon versus the... I can't even say that without...
That's embarrassing.
Thinking ridiculous thoughts.
What the hell are you thinking?
Hogan wouldn't even make it down the ramp.
So, yes, another rumor is... it's not really a rumor. Hogan's made it clear he wants to come back. I think the biggest rumor is now that the case is over, his lawsuit's over, there's actually an opportunity, more of a chance that he will be back.
Yeah, because, WWE's already said once this is all said and done, they're cool with him coming back.
Right.
So, it's over. It got over a lot faster than anyone probably imagined it would.
Right. They could use him at WrestleMania,
Maybe
right?
Hogan could be the fourth member of the New Day. Because New Day rocks, brother.
That deserves a drum.
That would be awful.
That would be awful.
Can you imagine Hulk Hogan coming out in pink, riding on a unicorn at WrestleMania,
talking about booty
clapping and shaking his ass? He'd be like, "Oh, I just won for eating a big bowl of bootios, brother. I ate Gawker's bootios all day.
Maybe they ate his bootio.
115 million bootios.
Plus the 25.
Oh, yeah. 140 million bootios, brother."
All right, so that is the news rumors for the week. This is what we got so far. Questions. We put out an email. It's thatwrestlingsite.com. thatwrestlingsite@gmail.com.
Correct.
We got some questions in. We're going to go ahead and answer a couple of those real quick. First one, I'll go ahead and ask you this question and get your thoughts on this one, Nick.
Okay.
Alex Miller from California wants to know if you think that the Young Bucks will ever be signed to the WWE. If so, will they go straight to the main roster or will they end up on NXT to start?
Okay. Young Bucks, I'm a big fan. Big fan of the Young Bucks. They're huge in New Japan with Kenny Omega and stuff. They're part of the Bullet Club, also known as the Elite with just the two of them and Kenny Omega. I think it would be huge if they came to the WWE. Do I think they'll sign them? Probably not. If they did, though, I see them going to wherever the Bullet Club is. Whatever formation, because in my eyes, the Bullet Club is coming. Whatever they call it is whatever they call it. But Bullet Club is going to be coming. It's going to be Balor, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson. Since they were all a part of that, I see them going wherever. So they'll probably be on the main roster. So I see them hopping up to the main roster to fuel fire of the Bullet Club. But I think that's very possible.
Okay.
So thanks, Alex.
Yes, thanks, Alex. Thanks for listening.
Good question.
All the way from Cali.
Yeah, right. All the side of the world.
Do you have another question there?
I do. I got one that was actually texted to me from Jeff Manalia here in Orlando.
Woo, hometown.
Hometown. Some might say he might be a brother of mine, but who knows? Anything's possible. What's your opinion about all the recent injuries that have come up recently? An example of Adrian Neville, Luke Harper now.
Yeah.
What do you think? Why do you think is it just bad luck, or is something else happening here?
That's a really good question, because it just seems like the last few months it's everybody. I mean, look, John Cena, it's a lot. I don't know. I think they might be getting overworked, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It could, some can say it's bad luck. It's just a bad luck spell that they're in right now. But they're doing a lot of tours. They're talking about going on to this one after WrestleMania in the UK. They're overworking these guys. You know what I mean? There's only so much they can do. You got John Cena who busts his ass on every match. Say what you want about him being good or bad, right? He gives you his all every single time. So, yeah, I heard some people say it might be just some bad luck, that WWE's having a hard time with. To be honest with you, it's all Ryback. He's botching all these.
Yeah, Ryback's hurt everybody.
Just kidding. Just ask CM Punk, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's bad luck. I think the guys are probably getting pushed a little too hard. They probably need a little more time off, take things easy. But that's not what's happening, and they're running out of steam, and they're getting injured, and WWE needs to ease off them a little bit. I think if they had a couple more big guys, main event guys, that could spread things out a little bit, give them SmackDown off, give Cena SmackDown off.
Yeah.
Put Roman Reigns on there where nobody can see him. I don't know. Maybe go back to the brand split and do something like that to help them out. But yeah, I think that's what it is. I think they're just pushed too hard.
Yeah, I agree with you. It could be very easily just bad luck. Yeah, but I do believe they are overworked.
Well, I mean, you think about it: John Cena, Seth Rollins, Luke Harper, Neville. Just recently, I mean, there's a ton of wrestlers that are out, and that's part of the reason why WrestleMania is not stacking up to be as well as it should have been, right? So who knows? But that's my guess.
Yeah.
So,
thank you very much, guys. The people we had some other questions that were sent in, but we talked about those items before, and we are running out of time here. So thank you. Keep those questions coming. We answer as many as we can on the show.
Yes, absolutely. Once again, it's thatwrestlingsite@gmail.com. Go ahead and send in your questions, thoughts, opinions. If you have an idea for a segment you'd like for us to try out, please send it in. We love to hear your feedback.
Yeah, we are very willing to listen to anybody's thoughts.
Absolutely. thatwrestlingsite@gmail.com. All right, pick of the week. Let's wrap it up.
Pick of the week. Okay,
YouTube.
I've got these two guys from England. They are hilarious. They play WWE 2K16. The YouTube channel is called Gore and Perkins. That's Gore and Perkins. Perkins. They're funny. They draft their own rosters. They have good storylines. It's hilarious to watch, and they actually put on some pretty decent matches. Usually an episode, a video almost every day, if not every other day. They have some other stuff that's non-wrestling related on there too. Very funny guys. I watch them every day.
Very cool. Send them a quick email. Say hi. Tell them we sent you.
Yeah, exactly.
Mike and Nick. Just called us Mick.
Yeah. Mike and Mick. Whatever. I don't know math and you don't know names. That's fine.
All right, real quick, my pick of the week. If you're bored and you need something to watch on the WWE Network, go with the Attitude Era Raws.
Correct.
I've been binge watching these things. I mean, that's what I grew up watching, but, fuck Netflix. I'm watching WWE Network. I'm binge watching these Monday Night Raws from 1998, 1999. Best time to be a wrestling fan, in my opinion. After I'm done with these, I'm going to go back and check out WCW. But if you're bored, you need something to watch, definitely WWE Attitude Era Monday Night Raws. They're all on there. In 1998, I think actually 1997 through 1999 are every episode's on there.
If not every single one, they might miss one or two, but almost everything's on there.
They're all on there. Even the surprisingly, the Owen Hart tribute show is there.
Yeah.
If you've never seen the Owen Hart tribute show, that's on there.
That's a rough one to watch, but that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one I didn't think would make it.
Yeah, and I saw there were some also. I watched one last night. They got extra attitude on there, like stuff that happened when it went off the air. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, some not behind the scenes, but
just stuff that's maybe not been previously aired. So that's kind of neat.
Very cool. All right,
nice pick, Mike.
Thank you very much. Nice show.
Yeah, it was a good show. Good show today. I felt good about it.
I felt good too.
Looking very forward to this weekend when we film our WrestleMania special.
Yes.
Our last showdown before the showcase of the Immortals.
So real quick, WrestleMania special is coming up this weekend. We're going to talk about WrestleMania in a lot of detail. We're going to give our predictions on the card. We got another segment we're going to debut. We'll leave that as a surprise, I guess.
Yeah.
Or should we tell them?
We'll surprise them.
We'll surprise them. Okay, new segment. Trivia's coming back. It's WrestleMania edition.
Yes.
And whatever the else we can think of before now and then, we're going to throw that in there as well. So it's going to be a jam-packed
show.
WrestleMania special edition. Get in your questions. Get in your thoughts. thatwrestlingsite@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at WrestlingSite. It's wrestling_site on Twitter. Nick is at YahtzeeMan, just like the game.
Yep.
At YahtzeeMan. Follow us on Facebook. Facebook.com/thatwrestlingsite. And of course, we're on the podcast app on the Apple devices as well as on YouTube. So subscribe to our channel. It's a bit of a tongue twister there.
Yeah.
Send us the love. Show us the love. Subscribe, share, like, tell your friends about us. We're brand new. We're trying to get out there. We love the feedback that we're getting so far. Keep it coming, folks. We love doing the show, and we're looking forward to the WrestleMania special.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, we're not just a podcast. We're not just some wrestling podcast. We're that wrestling podcast. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you next time.